Hello everyone, this is Empty on Running Reviews Food. Well, so here we are again on a cold March afternoon in Indianapolis. You know, they said it was supposed to snowstorm last night and, well, in typical Indiana fashion, the snow arrived this morning. Now you'll notice I'm in my old set. The reason being, my car broke down this morning and I have to, make do with my old car. Now, in typical Empty on Running fashion, I was sitting at work thinking, what is it that I could go and review right now in the current, fast food landscape at a reasonable price. It doesn't have to be some big, extravagant, fancy, sort of meal, but just a little something to tie me over. And then it occurred to me, Arby sliders. So, I went to Arby's and I got their 2 chicken sliders, the chicken slider and the buffalo chicken slider. So, I suppose without any further ado, we'll start with the wet one, so it doesn't get too dry, too soggy. I mean. So we're looking at essentially what's it's a chicken strip on a small slider bun. I believe it's a potato bun. A little bit of blue cheese underneath. Now these are priced at $1.29, but if you go to Arby's, between 2 and 5, they're only $1 as a part of their happy hour menu. Right off the bat, I can tell this one's gonna be, doesn't feel too warm, and it does look a bit soggy. And these are pretty inconsistent, so we'll see how it goes. This is Empty on Running Reviews Food. Arby's buffalo chicken slider going in. So before I started filming, I dusted off the back windshield so you can see the Arby's behind me and stay true to my set. However, as you can see, it's already completely snowed over in just 5 minutes. March is supposed to be springtime, they say. Not in Indiana. Arby's buffalo chicken slider. The first thing that stands out to you, and how could it not, was the barbecue sauce. Silly old me. You'd think this wasn't my job. The buffalo sauce. Now, in terms of buffalo sauces, it's quite standard, one might say. It tastes like a buffalo sauce. There's really nothing special to it, but we're not coming to Arby's for a standout buffalo sauce. No. Coming to Arby's for, well, roast beef and curly fries. So naturally, I help myself to the chicken. The chicken itself, it's not too bad. It's a chicken tender. It didn't take up, as much of the bun as I'd hoped. Kind of just that middle third there, but that leaves a lot of space for the bun to shine. It's one of these melt in your mouth, almost chewy, enriched white buns. Now it does a good job at supporting all the sauce in terms of absorption and not becoming just a mess. However, the sauce had me a bit concerned through that, as it may leak out the back. We'll get to that later. And, you know, I'm not sure that a $1 chicken sandwich is worth having to change your pants. The blue cheese was virtually unnoticeable. I think it would be better off without the blue cheese, but what are you gonna say? Some people seem to like it. All in all, I'll give Arby's buffalo chicken slider a 7 out of 10. But, and perhaps it's time for my favorite, Arby's chicken slider. Now, as you can see, this one's a bit bigger. I think the lady gave me 2 chicken strips, and I'm not sure why. Typically, it's just 1. But this looked like a doozy of a sandwich, and I'm glad I get to review it for you all. Right out the gate, though, it does strike me that this cheese, while it did apparently melt, is incredibly hard now. The sandwich itself isn't, well, we'll get into it. This is Empty on Running, reviews food. This is Empty on Running. Arby's chicken slider going in. Boy, for one of my favorite values in fast food, under further examination, that is an incredibly dry chicken sandwich. I mean, just dry, dry, dry all the way through. The chicken itself, albeit dry, was tasty, however. It was thoroughly crispy all the way through. And the chicken, although it was a bit dry, was it didn't taste quite like a fast food chicken. It tasted more like a sit-down sort of TGI Fridays style chicken strip. A bit flavorful with the pepper fry batter. I definitely enjoy the batter. I think the batter is the major draw for this sandwich. Not to be outdone, however, the slice of provolone cheese on top. Now, when melty, that can hold a whole other dimension to the sandwich in terms of they drove into a ditch because of the weather. The cheese can add an entire new dimension when it's warm and melty to really wetten that sandwich. Although it's not the kind of natural chicken wet that you get. It's still a dry chicken, but it's a less of a dry sandwich. The bun is still excellent, and I look forward to the second chicken strip. Although this was dry, for the price of just $1, for 2 chicken strips, a slice of cheese, and a very good bun, I'll rate this an 8.5 out of 10. and definitely do suggest the Arby's slider value menu in the future. And I suppose that concludes this episode. This is Empty on Running Reviews Food, signing out.